Wait a minute. My fault, everybody. My fault. I got so excited about the video, which I will play again at the end of the broadcast so you can see what you missed. Damn it. My bad, everybody. I forgot to push the big button that says go live. Go live on YouTube. But yeah, we are simulcasting tonight on Rumble and YouTube.
I try to keep my eye on you.
There we go.
Everybody tells me you move too damn fast anyway.
Yeah.
The prospects are always complaining he disappears.
Yeah. The prospects have a hard time keeping up. I can disappear at any moment. It's just, it's the way I'm wired, I guess you'd say. But one change I did make tonight, OG, is the Rumble podcast at Texas Biker Radio. On the night we podcast, it will be on the front page. So you don't have to go to the blog section. It will be on the front page. Now, if you missed it on the night that we broadcast, now I will move it to the blog section. So that way you just go looking for $4.90. Although on the front page, I think it does say $4.90, but I'm not sure. Rumble's kind of peculiar. Hopefully it says it. We'll look at it later on. But, wow. OG, there was a Proposition 5 in the Texas Constitutional Amendments. Constitutional Amendment number 5, which did pass, which is going to be able to people that are running for judgeships, no matter what level, the people that campaign, the new people, and not the incumbents. The incumbents operate under the judicial conduct that they have. There's a code of judicial conduct. But now we got to remember now, these committees that oversee these judges and stuff and oversee the complaints, you need to start complaining, everybody, of what things we see like going on in Milam County, and what we see going on in El Paso and other cities across and counties across Texas. Because these judges will collude with the prosecution and violate your constitutional rights. And it is your right to complain and point it out to them of what's going on. If we don't complain, then it's just going to continue. And yes, that goes for law officers and everybody else, because there is people to complain to. And that's the truth of it. So that did pass now. Now you can file a complaint against somebody that's running for a judgeship, no matter what level in Texas.
Even if they're not elected yet.
Even if they're not elected, but yeah, even if they're not elected. You can complain against the people that are running against the judges. Kind of weird, but hey.
Yeah, say that's odd.
But they claim the judges are strapped by this judicial code.
I don't see it.
Yeah, I don't either. I don't either. I don't see them being strapped by anything. As a matter of fact is, I don't see the committees doing a damn thing.
It's a laugh.
Just looking back on Waco.
It's a farce.
Yeah.
Just more swamp.
Yes, it is. They're all buddies, everybody. They're all buddies. They're members of an exclusive club. Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's what we're talking about. Well, OG, I'm about to lose my voice again. I don't know why.
Well, I think there's a lot to celebrate today.
There is.
I've been watching the news, and they hit a triple base home run on Virginia. You got a conservative in as governor, first-time politician. You've got a black lady as lieutenant governor.
Yeah.
And a Hispanic as the attorney general.
There you go.
So, plus which I'm hearing there are school boards in some areas of the country that got wiped out.
That is fantastic.
The parents got pissed off, rose up, and did something about it.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, the last thing you want to do is screw with a woman's children.
That is true. That is true. They have stepped in their mess kit.
That's right.
But you know what, OG? There was some good news about San Antonio also.
That was one of them that I heard about.
Yeah.
The whole school board got wiped out.
Yeah. Well, and they also elected a legislator that went conservative there in San Antonio.
Yeah, cool.
I think his name was, well, I want to say LeJew or something like that. Anyway, yeah. Two guys battling head to head, and the Republican, he barely won, but he won. And that may be the case also in New Jersey.
Those Democrats just couldn't come up with enough votes at the last minute.
You know what, though? When I watched Biden's response to everything today,
he's too stupid to realize what's going on.
Yeah, well, and you know what? The Democrats in general, they're denying what happened.
Oh, yeah.
It's like even when they lose, they win.
Nancy Pelosi, true to her core, says there will be no change.
Yeah, and Nadler, old Nads, he said a year from now, people won't even remember this at all. Americans got such short memories.
Well, if the Democrats were smart enough to take a couple steps back and back off of all this crap they're trying to cram down our throats, that may be true.
They're not going to back off.
Because the true time element has always been stated as 6 weeks.
Yeah. Let me say this, everybody. They don't know how to add. Democrats do not know how to add, and they're stupid. They know how to commit crimes and do all that stuff and, force stuff down our throats. They know how to do that. They know how to get Republicans into a corner, But let me say this to you, and I pointed it out months ago, that these election cycles come around quick. They really do. And it's not going to be November of next year. What it's going to be, and let me tell you right now, mark my word right now, they will start getting their act together to run for office in January of 2022. They'll start getting their names out there. The process starts, everybody, then. And Democrats are going to have to decide if they're going to keep pushing the same shit that they're doing now, or that they're going to change course. And I promise you, OG, they're not going to change course.
Yeah, actually, the bets are on the table. And what's being said now is that the Democrats are going to push real hard to get as much of their shit through as they can before they get decimated next year.
Right. Right. That's what will happen, and I promise you, everybody, now, unless they break ranks with each other, and let me say you this, those that want to keep the thing going, they want to keep the whole thing going and keep the party elites in charge on both sides. On both sides. They want to keep it going. They will break ranks at some point. Self-preservation. To keep that cushy job, and in hopes somewhere along the line, they can get things straightened out and keep their asses in office. That's what will happen. And it starts in January, when they start trying to come and explain to you why they're doing what they're doing. It's not going to work. Especially if we still got open borders, OG. And the word I'm hearing, they're not going to stop till there's about 10 million in here.
And they can get them bused to the areas they want to bus them to.
Exactly. So that's going to keep going, everybody, unless they break ranks.
Now, interestingly enough, let me use a new term that's been coined by DeSantis. The Brandon administration today, Joe Brandon himself denied that he was going to give over $400,000 to the illegals that were separated. Mm-hmm. Now, mind you, the Wall Street Journal published that story a week ago, and the White House did nothing to deny it.
Right.
Until today, when Biden said it's not going to happen. Now, he waited until the day that they lost Virginia.
Right.
And New Jersey may be in trouble. Mm-hmm. And I think they're starting to realize they may need to pull back just a little bit.
I'll just about bet they don't. Now, they may try and trick us, and that's the one thing you've got to watch for, because they're pretty slick about the things they do. But the people on the far left, OAC and all that bunch,
they're not happy.
They're livid.
Yep.
They're livid. They want the agenda pushed through no matter what, while they've got the numbers to do it. But that's where you and I come in. That's when we man the freaking phones, everybody, and call these people and tell them, hey, we don't want your freaking agenda. We don't want your tax breaks. We don't want your tax increases, because everything you say is a lie. What you need to do is help straighten out the education system. What you need to do is shut the damn borders down. And what you need to do is straighten out the economy. And what you need to do is make us energy independent again. And then also, Americans first. How about that? Instead of being a party of the illegal aliens and the party of people that just don't want to work, want government handouts. That's who your constituency is now. It's not regular everyday Americans who are out there doing the job. It's not the black community. It's not the Hispanic community. It's not the white community. It's not us. It's somebody else. It's a foreigner, not of this country. And, did you vote for this? What's going on now? Is that what you thought would happen? Just think about it. Just think about it. And Nadler says you're going to forget about it. I doubt that. Not what we've seen. Not what we've seen. Not what we saw with Afghanistan. Not what we continue to see with his foreign policies.
Kind of hard to forget when you pull up to the gas pump. And it's $1.50 more than it was
man. Yeah,
a year
let's
ago.
talk about that.
And it's still climbing.
Yeah, it is.
It went down just a little bit for about a week.
Yep.
And now it's going right back up.
I saw it at $3.19 out on the highway today. Now I know that's cheaper than what other people are seeing around the country.
But you got to remember, Texas gas has always been pretty cheap. But there are areas of the country that are now around $6.
Mm. Yeah, I did that sticker.
You got to get it close to the camera.
It's going to be that's there you go. That's going to be around on gas pumps around DFW soon. Oh yeah, yep. Let's go, Brandon.
You can get them. You can get them all on Amazon.
And OG's got his FJB hat on today.
Hell yes.
Yeah. We were going someplace the other night, and Jill said to me, "Get that damn hat off. You're going to get your ass kicked." So
I'm going to be depositing one of those stickers on a gas pump tonight.
Yep.
Because I got to gas up on the way home.
Yep. Well, I will need to gas up before the weekend. So I will be out on the pumps.
Yep.
This is what we got to do, everybody. We've got to get involved. And maybe we should hold a Let's Go Brandon rally. Maybe we can get a Guinness Book of World Records of the chant.
Well, hey, I thought that was priceless when DeSantis on national TV came up with the Brandon administration. On public TV.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. I mean, listen to this, OG. There are protests and rallies going on around the world over these mandates. I mean, around the world. France.
Yeah.
France has gone crazy.
Yep.
And they are on fire, everybody. They are on fire. They don't like these mandates. They don't like being told what to do. And especially their young people. I mean, they're using phrases that hasn't been heard in France in years. About the La Revolution and stuff, But Australia, with the most severe lockdowns in the world, people were rioting, carrying on, being arrested. It's an incredible thing what we see going on.
Saw on the news tonight, Ford is now going to force the majority of their workers, assembly line, to get vaccinated.
Well, we'll see how that works for them. But you know what? The airlines are getting a lesson. I guess these companies have more money than they know what to do with, and they can just shut down their assembly lines. They can just take a hit. They don't give a damn.
Yep.
And that's what I see about many of these companies. They've got so much money, They don't care. But you know what, OG? It was kind of neat that the Atlanta Braves won the World Series, even though the Major League Baseball had taken away the All-Star game out of Georgia because of their draconian attempt to straighten out their election there. Wow. But let me tell you about something. There's a book that's coming out about Dr. Fauci. Have you heard about this?
No.
Yeah. It's called Trump Time. Trump Time, everybody. And it's by one of the guys that was there on the task force that was assigned to get the PPE, get all the stuff out there, that do everything they could to find out how to combat the China virus. He was there. He was on the team. And he saw everything that went on, and he took memos, one after the other, of everything that had gone on. And he said one of the worst things he thought of was the fact that Fauci had colluded with Johnson & Johnson to delay the vaccine until after the election, so Donald Trump wouldn't get credit for it. And he said that's a fact.
Wow.
And he talked about many other things that Fauci did. And one thing is misleading the public about the NIH's involvement in doing studies on increasing the the gain of function with that virus, working on a program he should not have been working on, and especially with the Chinese. They release this stuff on the world, everybody, and nobody's being held accountable. And Dr. Fauci was involved in it. And I don't give a damn if YouTube doesn't like that. There's no doubt in our minds, according to testimony and everything else, and now people are writing about it, what happened during that time. There's no doubt this happened. There's no doubt they gave money to that Wuhan lab for this purpose. Something they shouldn't have been working on in the first place. Because people had been complaining that it was the chances were high that something would happen from that lab. YouTube don't like that. Fuck them. That's all I'm saying. We're just talking the truth here. We're talking about the truth as we know it, as we can find it, because YouTube damn sure ain't going to tell us. Facebook damn sure ain't going to tell us. Google's sure not going to tell us. None of them. We have to go to places like Rumble where we can speak the truth and speak our minds as we know it. It's like I told you many times, bikers, if you ask them a question, they're going to tell you the truth as they know it. Now, they may be 100% wrong, but they're going to tell you. And that's where we're at. And you know what? They're not going to be able to keep us quiet. Because if we disappear off of YouTube, we're going to be on Rumble, everybody. You can go to TexasBikerRadio.org and find us. It's that simple. It's that simple. And if we have to rebuild, we just have to rebuild. But we're not going to put up with being told to shut up. Just as it is with the school boards around this country. And as you heard with our interview with Alice Linehan, this stuff has been going on a long time, decades that I know of, and they've been getting away with it. Why? Because we've been letting them get away with it. We can't assume that these people, whether they be the media, whether they be school boards, whether they be Joe Biden, whether they be Republicans, Democrats, we can't trust things into their hands. We've got to have a say-so. We've got to have a say-so. The two parties have delivered us to where we're at. The more they argued with each other, the more we slipped into the same direction. And Republicans have never known how to fight. Since the day I switched parties, they've never learned how to fight.
They're gutless.
And now that's the reason we are constitutional conservatives. That's what we identify ourselves as. Not as a Republican, not as Democrats, not as libertarians. Constitutional conservatives. And that's the reason all of us need to fight to make sure that the Constitution is upheld to by our politicians. Joe Biden shouldn't be able to get away with the things he's getting away with. And like you've heard me say, one time I asked our political consultant, who watches the president? And the answer to that was nobody. Nobody. Not the frickin' FBI, which is quite apparent. They've been colluding. Not anybody. He can get away with anything he wants, just like he's doing right now, breaking the law. They can get away with anything they want. They can load up airplanes with millions and billions of dollars in the dead of night and send them to Iran. And who knows how much they stuff their pockets with. If they can do that, they can fill their own pockets.
One pallet for you, one pallet for me.
That's right. And hell, while we're at it, why don't we pass a pallet around to everybody?
You bet.
Yeah. Everybody except for us, everybody. You realize we got to pay for it. But let me say something. Yeah, I'm going to get this one. I keep forgetting to talk about this, OG. And I wish I had a dollar bill right now. Let's just show that. Let me see. Hell no, I don't have one. You got a dollar bill?
Well, let's see.
Let me show you something, everybody. Just a minute. Any bill will work. Give me that one. Okay. See this? They want to get rid of this. They want to get rid of this. They want to go to digital currency, everybody. You know what happens when that happens? You know what? Say you get pissed off at a bank or whoever's going to be controlling this, you get pissed off at them. My God, I'm going to go draw my money out. Well, wait a minute. How do you draw your digital money out? They're out of their damn minds, everybody. And you better think about this and pass it on. There'll be no running to the bank or anywhere else to get your money. They'll have total control over it. Total control, everybody. Think about that. We don't need to go to digital shit, OG.
Bad news.
That is bad news. Think about that, everybody. And pass the word on that. And we'll study this and we'll go deeper into it. We can't let these people get away with doing whatever they want without our say. That includes the crap that's going on at the border, That includes the crap that's going on in our school systems. That includes the crap that's going on in Washington, D.C. And you've heard me say we need to get them the hell out of D.C. We need to separate them bastards so they won't collude with each other every day, every minute, every night at their cocktail parties. As they get up before us and speak and talk about their colleagues and their friends. And oh man, God, we're just good friends with Mitch McConnell. We're good friends with Nancy Pelosi. Oh yeah, we're just all getting along just fine. Yeah, they are. They're enriching themselves, everybody. That's the reason they don't want to leave until they have to be rolled out on a stretcher or in a coffin or whatever else. But hell, don't worry about it. They'll be back for a round in the rotunda. It's amazing. And it's amazing how the Biden family has been able to enrich themselves the whole time he's been in office. And we elected him. No, wait a minute. Maybe we didn't. That's what I'm saying. Right, OG.
We are dancing towards the edge.
Yeah. Well, we've already danced toward the edge as we talked about the fantastic Dr. Fauci, who just might be one of the most evil men on earth right now. Just saying, everybody. Just saying. There's enough evidence to prove that. I do believe. And there should be enough evidence to put him in a slammer. If we could get somebody to investigate, if we can get somebody to hold somebody accountable. But no, that's not going to happen with this administration. And it wasn't going to happen with the cutthroats that Donald Trump thought would look into things. The DOJ has been compromised. The Supreme Court, it's quite apparent they've been compromised. Now they're trying to come back around a little bit, but maybe too little too late. I don't know. But we'll see what happens when the political winds and the pendulum swings in 2022.
It's all up to us now.
It is up to us.
We got to keep voting like they voted today.
Yes.
Keep it up. Dig in. Get rid of this local slime that we have running the school boards and our local governments. And when the opportunity comes up next year, go for those representatives and those senators. And in 2 years after that, it's a grand slam.
Yeah. The only thing I'm thinking about that constitutional amendment we just talked about. So I wonder if the incumbent judge is going to be able to file a complaint against the person that's running against him.
See, I'd be real interested in knowing who proposed that proposition.
Yeah.
Who was behind that one?
And then somehow the wave of excitement there got it passed. Something to think about, everybody. But it's something to think about in this next election cycle. When the people start surfacing that are going to run, we've got to make sure they're who they say they are. And not just some bullshitter out there. You know what I mean? Saying what you want to hear, what they think you want to hear. We have to have the truth. And if they do turn out to be liars, you vote them out the next term. You don't leave them there for decades. You give them one shot, one strike, and you're out.
Well, let me give you a perfect example. And before I do that, I want to tell Jerry that my new grandson is doing just great. He asked, "How's that grandbaby?"
Yeah.
And he is doing great. My daughter posts videos daily on her storyline, which are entertaining as hell, and that character has more expression than I could ever believe.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And we did see him in his Halloween uniform.
Yeah.
His Halloween costume. That was cute.
So, perfect example of a one-term, two-term, brand new politician. I happened to be residing in the state of Minnesota at the time Jesse Ventura ran for governor. Now, let me be the first to admit I was one of the idiots that voted for him. However, I don't know if anybody out there has experienced Minnesota, but Minnesota is a pure womb-to-tomb type state. Very socialistic. It's one of the highest personal income tax states, one of the highest sales tax states, and they say, we're taxing the hell out of you so you have a good quality of life. People were desperate to get rid of the person that was governor at that time. So up pops Jesse Ventura, and he came out on videos. I mean, this guy really barely had a pot to piss in. Had hardly any money, was desperate to raise money to get elected, seemed to be very sincere in talking to the public, and we all bought into it, and sure as hell, we voted him in. Now, his first term, he pretty much delivered on everything he promised. Taxes went down a little bit. Even registering your vehicle. I mean, it was astronomical, and he really cut that. He did a great job in his first term. Come the second term, I mean, he was so good we reelected him. Big mistake. Because he now had a taste of money.
Yeah.
And opportunities that were apparently offered him during the first term that he hadn't had time to take advantage of. Well, being a second-term governor, he sat down and he ate it all. He left the office of governor relatively well off, and the next thing we knew, there was a big study going on for more rail in Minnesota, which was already heavily subsidized.
Right.
But that study was going on. Taxes had gone back up, the whole bit. So, the proof in the pudding is if you can get them in the first term and they seem to be honest, that's all great. But I guarantee you, into their second term, the worm is turning. Never saw it fail. And I read somewhere where our founding fathers really didn't want, nor did they intend to have, career politicians. People that went into office to serve the public were supposed to be regular people like you and me, left their civilian jobs for a couple years, served the people and the government, and then went back to what they were doing. They didn't get retirement. They didn't get medical. They didn't get any of that crap. But we've allowed it to come this far and it's really kind of irretrievable. The only thing you can retrieve now is don't keep re-electing them.
Right. Oh, just an update on that book I was talking about, Trump Time. That was by Peter Navarro.
Oh.
And in that book, OG, he talks about hydrochloroquine.
Yeah.
He talks about other medicines like that would have saved lives. But the people who killed it,
Yeah.
the people who killed it was, number one, Dr. Fauci. Number two, the mainstream media and social media, and also CNN, day after day after day, scaring people to death over it. He said that probably cost 400,000 lives because people could have got treatment that wasn't available while they were scurrying for a vaccine. Wasn't made available. Even threatened doctors over it. You think back on that and you know it's true. And I don't know whether that number's right. Could have been 100,000, but I do think I heard him say 400,000.
I think it's plausible.
But there is an interview with him on YouTube. His name is Peter Navarro. Check it out, everybody. Check it out. It's interesting to hear what was said. And there are other people that are coming out now that are talking about Dr. Fauci. One of them has said, hey, he was my hero. Until here recently, when he didn't own up to the NIH and what was going on there. So there's good reason for the public to have mistrust in what these people are saying. It's not the vaccine. It's the mixed messages that goes on and on and on. And many of these people think there never should have been a shutdown other than the first few weeks. Because Mr. Navarro said there, he said, Donald Trump recognized real quick that shutting the economy down was a bad idea.
You don't quarantine the healthy, you quarantine the sick.
Right. And the elderly. OG and I have been everywhere. Without a mask, everybody. Without a mask. Just saying. Just saying. Good Lord. It's gonna take all of us, everybody. All of us push in the right direction. And I'll let you know if we decide to do Let's Go Brandon rally. That sounds like fun to me.
Hey, even the overpass people were out there on an overpass with a huge banner hanging over the side.
Yeah.
Saying, "Let's go Brandon."
We'll have to go by and visit them and see. The weather's with the crap here the last couple of days. We had beautiful weather there for a week. Well, we didn't do a damn thing. But we got some excitement coming this weekend, right?
I don't know, do we?
We got some guys coming in from Lubbock.
It's not this weekend.
Oh, that's not this weekend.
Next weekend.
Why in the hell am I always a week off?
It seems like it. I hear we might have a few coming from Louisiana.
You know what? That would be great. That would be great.
Got another crew possibly coming in from Louisiana.
Same crew we met?
No, it's a little different one.
A different one. Wow.
Better organized.
Things are looking up, everybody. Things are looking up. We're growing. Our movement's growing. And let me tell you, we are not going to frickin' forget everything that this son of a bitch and the people that follow him have done to this country in the first, 9-10 months?
Yep.
We're not going to forget this. We know what a great economy looks like. We know what a secure border looks like. We actually know what a good education looks like, and what's going on across the country is not it. We know better than what's going on. We know better than handing billions of dollars over to the enemy. We know better. We know better than turning tail and running and leaving people behind. We know better. And I don't give a damn what excuse they make for the things they've done. It's not good enough. They need to resign. All of them. All of them. Or we need to kick their asses out. Got anything you want to close with, OG?
Well, yeah, I notice Dooley is thinking we get big enough we could man the borders. There's only one problem with that.
Yeah.
We would create an international incident.
Yeah, we would.
We
Quick.
would, yes.
We would be dispatching somebody to the Lord.
Maybe many.
Especially if they fired upon us.
That's right.
Now, it's going to be interesting. Those people are still headed this way from what I'm hearing.
Well, I still don't understand why the hell our people aren't shooting back.
Because they know they'll be in trouble. They'll prosecute them. They'll vilify them. They'll do worse than they're doing to the people on January 6th.
They ought to put the dumb sons of bitches that say you can't shoot back out there on the front
They
line.
damn sure should.
And let them get shot at.
Yeah, give Biden a shotgun, let him go out there. Man,
Yeah.
he recommended
And
that.
whoever the hell the other morons are
Yeah.
that he hired to push these positions on our people.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we would be in trouble really quick. Really quick. But we are going to make some school board meetings. This ought to be interesting. You know, Arlington was getting around it by having their meetings virtual. That means they didn't have to face the people in person and could cut them off. But right here now, they're back meeting in person again.
Oh, good. I think
Yeah.
we should go.
Yeah, we'll go. We'll go. If nothing else, just to take some of our guys that have the looks, just to stare them down. We do have some that's intimidating. Yeah. Just saying, everybody. Don't have to say a word. Just look at them. Usually every place we go, we really get treated good. Any political thing we go to, we get treated well. We once went to a Vietnamese meeting, and boy, they just took to us like nobody's business. They bought our meals. They did everything. They were really kind, and it was good. And they were conservatives. Yeah, they were. Anything else?
Nope.
Oh, I told you I would play that video again that you guys
yeah.
at the first missed. They didn't miss it on Rumble because Rumble hasn't had all the ugly messages we got while we were podcasting from
Right.
YouTube. That the stream wasn't good, you know. They didn't get that kind of stuff at Rumble. But I'm just saying. So we need to get you to move over there, everybody. Go to Rumble, type in Texas Biker Radio. It should come up. And subscribe. Now, that being said, let me find that video. Or don't tell me I got rid of it. Yeah, I damn sure did. Well, I'll put it at the first of the next video.
I was going to say next time.
Yeah, we'll do it next time. With that, everybody, have a great evening. Ride safe. If you don't have a motorcycle, buy one. You know, this last trip we were on, we had plenty of old guys say, "Man, how old are you?" I don't know. I said, "I don't know. How old are you?" Hey, I'm about 63, 64. I said, "Hell, buy you one."
Youngsters.
My wife won't let me. I said, "Hell, buy one anyway."
Yeah.
Buy one anyway. That's what I always did. And I explained it later. I wanted it. I had motorcycles in all over the place at one time. With that, everybody, have a great evening. Bye-bye.
Good night.